I'm going to separate the truck from the trailer. So first I put the truck and trailer in a straight line because I need to pull the truck from under the trailer in a straight line. If I pull to the side, I might hit the kingpin and damage the kingpin, or I will damage the landing gear of the trailer. Let's look at a few things here before we separate the truck and trailer. Here we have 3 lines. 2 air line and 1 power line. The first line here is red in color. It's emergency air line. It supplies air to the trailer tank to use for emergency brake. Here I have the power line. I provide power from the truck to the trailer for all the lights. And here we have the service air line. It's blue in color and provides or supplies air to the air brake, service air brake for the trailer. So service brakes for the trailer. Each line has 2 gland hand. One they call it tractor gland hand, the other one is a trailer gland hand. So I separate them. And let's look inside. You can see on each gland hand there is a rubber seal. That rubber seal should be clean, no crack, no fray, no damage, to prevent air leak. And when I need to connect them, I place the 2 gland hands in 90-degree angle. I'll align them and I push it down all the way. I do the same thing with the service line. Now let's look at the power line. So I lift up the safety latch and I will pull out the line, and you can look at the sockets. We see all electrical pins. We should say not broken. The electrical pins, they are not broken or damaged or missing. So let us put the power line back. So we push it, plug it. These lines, the 3 lines, should not be tangled or twisted, should not touch the catwalk. This is the catwalk. They should not touch the catwalk or any part of the tractor. That's why they are lifted with the spring. And when we look at the other side or on the tractor end, we see the lines connected to the tractor. So the 2 air line, they are connected to the ports, and 1 power line is connected to the other sockets. Here we have the 5th wheel. The whole thing is the 5th wheel. 5th wheel is well mounted or secured to the frame, the tractor frame, and all mounting bolts are present. This 5th wheel, they call it sliding 5th wheel or adjustable 5th wheel. We can slide it forward and backward. Here there are locking pins. We can lock the 5th wheel in any one of them. This is the 5th wheel air line. We use air to move the 5th wheel back and forth. This is another view on the 5th wheel from the side. We can see the whole 5th wheel. The bottom plate, they call it platform. As you see it, well mounted was secured to the chassis of the tractor and is not broken or damaged. No illegal welds on it. The top plate, they call it skid plate. Also well mounted was secured, not broken or damaged. No illegal welds, and between them there is pivot pin. That screw, they call it pivot pin, the one hold the skid plate and platform together. This piece here, they call it release lever. We use it to unlock or unhook the truck and trailer. The bottom part of the trailer here is the apron. Apron should be well mounted or secured, no crack, no fray, no damage on it. And the apron should sit on the skid plate with no gap between them. If I see any gap between them, is not connect properly. Here we have another look at the back of the fifth wheel. That space, they call it fifth wheel jaw. We can see kingpin and locking jaw. The kingpin is part of the trailer and goes from the top to the bottom. Also is not broken or damaged or bent. And around it is the locking jaw, fully locked around the kingpin. Here we have the landing gear, should be straight, not bent or dent. And if I need to lower the landing gear, I grab the crank, the one you see, that's the crank, and I turn it. So I'm gonna turn the crank to lower the landing gear all the way to the ground because I need to separate the truck and the trailer. And the bottom part of the landing gear, they call it the shoes. So I'm going to separate right now the fifth wheel. So I grab the release lever and I pull it out, and this is how I unhook the locking jaw, or I open the locking jaw. Here another look at the fifth wheel from the back. You can see the locking jaw is already released and we see only the kingpin. Here I'm going to separate right now the all lines. So I start with the trailer line, the red color one. I hook it to the dummy coupler. I do the same thing with the power line. I unhook it and I hook it to the dummy coupler. And I do the same thing with the service airline, the blue one. I pull it up and I hook it to the dummy coupler. We hook these lines to the dummy coupler so that dirt will not go inside, and also they will not drag on the floor or in the truck. Now I need to move the tractor from under the trailer. So I grab the what do you call it, the release handle. I pull it out totally. I unlock the locking jaw and I go back to the truck, start the truck, release the parking brake, keep the trailer brake engaged because I don't want to move that trailer, only the tractor. I put the low gear and I start moving forward, and the fifth wheel start going out slowly from under the trailer. I stop the tractor when the fifth wheel only halfway out from under the trailer. And the reason for that, in case the trailer will collapse, because the landing gear is not strong enough, so the trailer will fall on the trailer itself. The trailer will fall on the truck itself, not on the floor. So here you go, I'm moving the truck. Once the fifth wheel out, halfway out, I stop and I go to check. As you see here, the fifth wheel is not touching the trailer. Like I said, in case just will collapse, the trailer will collapse. After I check, I make sure everything's fine, so I go back to the truck and move the truck completely out from under the trailer. I'm watching my mirror till the truck totally is out. Then I stop and I go check one more time. Engage the gear, engage the brakes. Here we have another look at the truck and trailer after I separate the truck from the trailer. Here we have the fifth wheel. This is the lower plates. This is the locking pins. This is the airline, fifth wheel airline. This is the skip plate. It's well greased to minimize the damage with the trailer when we steer. From the back we can see the jaw space where usually the kingpin and the locking jaw is there. From the other side we can see the release lever. The release lever right now is in unlock position. It's completely unlocked. And we take a look at the trailer one more time. This is the kingpin. As you see, it's not broken or damaged.